Hello and welcome back to my channel. Oh, sorry. Had to fix my septum. So, in my last video, I went over a speech that I gave competitively during my junior year. Um, and I realized that it was a really rough draft because I accidentally deleted all of the refined drafts that I made, the second drafts. And I did not cite my sources very well in it, and it's just rough in general. So I wanted to break it down and add more notes, so it's just more informational. And I didn't want to do that all in one video because I figured that would be really long. So I just wanted to break it down. And I'm going to give my thoughts organically because I've just been going off of a script that I'm writing, and I'm trying to mix it up a little bit because I feel like personal time. I feel like when I'm giving a script, it's incredibly scripted and you can tell, but I also feel like when I'm speaking organically, then it's not very smooth. But we're gonna figure out what works best. So without further ado, here is part one of my witchcraft speech. If I told you to take a moment, close your eyes, and imagine what a witch is, there is a good chance you would see an old woman, maybe with warts, green skin, or perhaps meeting with the devil. These are all popular stereotypes about witches, which I can tell you are false. You can blame warts on the witch hunters of the persecution days who sought out the devil's mark, thought to be the place where Satan marked his followers after consummating their pact for power. The green skin can be blamed on the Wizard of Oz, where the first green witch was portrayed by Margaret Hamilton in Technicolor. As for the devil, that goes back to the Christian church trying to root out paganism. Witches are not evil women worshipping the devil, but real people of any gender worshipping the old gods. Among others, some things that many people often misunderstand about the craft are the word witch, what witches believe, and the history of the craft. Okay, so that's the intro. I'm gonna go back through. Um, so yeah, the warts that the witch hunters were talking about in the persecution days. One of my friends just asked me about this. Hey, girl. Um, so that was all. It was partially believed that it was where Satan would mark his followers so he would like know who they were. And it was also believed that it was like an extra nipple, I guess, where the witch would feed their familiar, usually with blood, but also like with milk. I'm not fully well versed in persecution days. Yeah, but it's very interesting to do research on, so highly recommend. I say the green skin can be blamed on the Wizard of Oz. Sounds kind of mean. I should have said it can be traced back to the Wizard of Oz, but that's just um, technical critique. Um, but yeah, it was the Wizard of Oz because that was one of the first, well, not one of the first, but it was during the time when movies were starting to be made in color, and so um, I it's been a long time since I read the original Wizard of Oz. I actually don't know if I read. Now that I think about it, I don't know if I read it. I know I read Wicked, which is based off of the. Now I'm drawing a blank. I can't remember if the musical is based off of the book or if the book is based off the musical. I think the musical is based off the book, but either way, both of them are based on the movie. And the movie is based on a book by L. Frank Baum. And in the book, I'm not sure. I can do my research. I don't know if she's ever cited as being green, but the idea of a green witch is traced back to the Wizard of Oz because Technicolor was a thing, and we love Margaret Hamilton. Um, like even though she's the Wicked Witch of the West, and this is the Wicked Witch of the Midwest, I don't really see her as like a bad thing. I just think she's a cool person. Yeah. As for the devil, that goes back to the Christian Church trying to root out paganism. I get to that more in the later part about the devil being the old the devil is the old god. What am I trying to say? The god of the old religion became the devil of the new, which I'm pretty sure I stole that wording. I'll get there. Um, yeah. So witches are not evil women worshiping the devil, but real people of any gender worshiping the old gods. Yeah. So, which the word witch is pop culture usually traces the word witch to a woman and warlock to a man. Um, in traditional witchcraft, witch is a gender neutral term, which I also touch on. But it's not really seen as like witch is a female, warlock is a male. There are people trying to bring back the word warlock, and it's people try to say it's wrong, which really it's just a word. It doesn't really mean much. If you like it, great. If you don't like it, also great. It's your choice. Or maybe don't choose, but um, yeah. So I'm gonna break this down some more and try to get more information out. So in a future video, I will do some more of that. Until then, blessed be.